Hi. Hi. Hello. How's everybody doing? How are all of my dearest degenerates doing today? I'm doing quite good, but as you can see, there's some complications happen before stream. Largely my fault. How are all of my degenerates doing? Um, um, is the sound okay? Do I sound okay? Nothing's too loud. Nothing's too loud. I kind of set up stream in a hurry somewhat today because I made the very grave mistake that I forgot to charge my You see, I have a whole separate phone for VTubing related things, and I always charge it as soon as I wake up. But today I forgot completely, and so I was kind of just I had to hurriedly, very hastily do that, and it kind of led to some complications. Anyway, how's everybody doing? How are all my dearest degenerates doing? As stated previously, you're doing well. Good. I'm so glad that you're all doing well. It's been a bit since the last stream. I think it's been a week, something like that. Since the last stream. Although I'm going to be quite honest, it doesn't feel like it. Although lately I've kind of had the lately for some reason I've had the feeling that time. I've been experiencing a very strange, bizarre thing lately, where I feel like I'm going very fast. Like for me, the days are going extremely fast. But they're not, and I guess they're not. I guess in my head it's just. I guess in my head I'm just going too fast. But it feels almost as if like everyone else is going slow. the whole reality is going slow. Quite strange, if I might be so bold as to say. Good so far? Good. So, huh. Oh, when have you mentioned the bot? Yeah, that bot is so that I can see, and that bot is so that all of you can be displayed on the screen, and you can now see yourself, and you can now see yourselves on stream. I mentioned it last time, but it took me way too long to actually figure out how to do that. It took me way too long. Anyway, hi, hello, hello. So, for today's stream, what are we doing today? Well, I kind of really enjoyed what we did last stream, where we kind of just talked about different things, right? The whole chatting that led up to the Femboy closed tier list that we did last time, and so I was like, you know what? Why don't I do a little just chatting stream? I guess. Although to be fair, I do have certain things that I want to talk about, but I don't want to rush through them that quickly either. Yeah. For example, because by what do you call it? Due to the title of this stream, it sounds like I have not necessarily announcements, but I have some things to say, and I kind of do, because I have been kind of ruminating over certain things a lot lately, and I kind of thought, you know what, I should run through, I should go through them with my degenerates, and kind of get their opinion on it. What is it? For example, for example, one thing that has been kind of admittedly been festering in my cranial organ, and I kind of wanted to mention is the what you call it, the wait a minute. Oh, that's that's new. That wasn't there last time. I'm just barely noticing that. You guys, that there's a scoreboard now, or something of the sort in the chat. That's very strange. I hadn't noticed that before. But what was I saying? Oh yes. One thing that's kind of been in my mind that I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about. I think I mentioned it at one point. You see, there are a handful of games, I guess you could say, although they're more like visual novels, but there are certain games that I was looking through them the other day on Steam, and I thought it would be most fitting for me to actually play these on stream, but I'm not sure if how into it all of you would be. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Although because there are definitely some games that are there are definitely some games that I think, as I said, would be most fitting, most absolutely plaptastic to play on stream. But again, I'm not sure how many of you would be into that. For example, one of the games is wait, I want first. You want first? Well, I mean, I actually don't know how you get first. I guess it's kind of whoever talks more, I guess. in the stream, I guess that's how it works. I'm assuming. But what was I going on about? Oh yeah. For example, there's Nekopara, the cat girl game, that was on stream. That was on sale. and I thought I could do that. But I don't know how many. But would they even be into that? I mean, everybody loves cat girls, but I feel Nekopara is one of those games that everybody has at least seen. Maybe not necessarily played, but at least seen at some point. Are you a more action or casual gamer? Definitely casual. I'm not really a competitive person, really. And I kind of don't really play too many video games, if I'm being completely honest now. I mean, I do like video games, I really do, but I kind of don't what do you call it? I kind of don't really play them too often. And when I do, it's usually something casual or something that's kind of more story based, kind of like for example, Stardew Valley. That's Stardew Valley is one of my favorite games of all time. There's that, and then kind of been getting an. I kind of admittedly have been getting an itch to play Minecraft recently, but I haven't gotten around to it either. But yeah, most of the games that I play are casual. I don't really like to be competitive really that much, and I don't really. I mean, not because I'm not good at them or anything. Not because I'm not good at competitive games. No, that's preposterous. No, I'm just here to have a good time. I've been wait. I've been watching Derby Uma, something with the horse girls. I saw that. You know, Derby Uma. Yeah, I saw that. That's actually it's gaining a lot of popularity. That was actually one of the games I wanted to talk to you all about because it's technically a game about monster women of the horse variety. So I thought, most interesting, most tantalizing even. um I don't know what it is though. I think it's a gotcha game. I think. I'm not sure. I think maybe. But I haven't really checked out gameplay or anything of it. Stardew is the top game of all time, right? Right? Yeah. It is. And the crazy thing is, I played Stardew Valley non-stop. Like that was the only game I played for like 2 years, and even then I didn't unlock everything or see everything. For example, I never actually in Stardew Valley, I never actually advanced in like the. For those of you who know Stardew Valley, the desert area that's kind of like all the way up north, near the bus stop, I never could figure out what to do there. I never could figure that out, so I never advanced anything there. Um, I, I never advanced anything there, but yeah, just things like that. Yeah, yes, it's a gotcha. Oh, okay. So it's a gambling game of sorts, sorta. It's a gambling game, sorta. um, I haven't really played too many gotcha games, if I'm being completely honest. The only gotcha game I guess I kind of played for a little bit, and then I kind of dropped it because I couldn't keep up with all the updates and the story, was Honkai Star Rail. That was the only game that I actually tried, and I did enjoy it, but then I couldn't advance it, and I was just like, yeah, no, I'm never gonna see the end of this game. I'm never going to see the end of this game story. um, and I kind of stopped playing it after. Um, um, I'm up for games with researchers, sorta. Date Everything caught my eye recently. Actually, I kind of did consider that also. Date Everything. I saw that and it was on sale. I was really heavily considering it, researching it with all of you. But among them, I was also looking at Sucker for Love. That was another one, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of bought it because I hoped that all of you would be into one. I hoped that all of you would be into it. I did admittedly buy Sucker for Love, which is like an eldritch horror dating visual novel, 90s anime, visual novel thing. It looks like quite a ride. It looks like quite a ride. I also bought I also got there's also another game that I bought that caught my attention that seems like quite sumptuous research material. And it's have any of you heard of the dinosaur with double D's game? That caught my attention. And apparently it's completely apparently it doesn't have any apparently it doesn't have any apparently it doesn't have any sussy 18 plus things to it. It's perfectly fine to play on stream. Yeah, so I was considering those. And you want to know something quite enticing. If I might be so bold as to say that I saw in the reviews for Dinosaur with Double D's. Someone wrote a review that said that said that said if you're a fan of bulges and double D's, this is your game. And if that doesn't sound riveting, then I don't know what does. Yeah. It seems like it definitely is a game that I would be most excited to play and research with all of you. If that seems like something all of you would be into. You've heard of that? No material? Yeah, no, it apparently Dinosaur with double D's doesn't have any 18 plus patches on it. So it's complete, so it's, for the most part it's fine to play on stream. Well, it has my attention. It has my attention. Yeah. And I think I can actually, hang on a second. I think I can show it on stream. I think the what you call it, the golly, the I guess the I guess let me just show you what I'm talking about. let me show you this absolutely riveting piece of riveting research material. Is it this one? Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so look at this. This game right here. I recently bought it on stream. I recently bought it on Steam to play on stream. Hopefully. Hopefully. It looks very enticing. It looks very enticing. Look at it. Study and observe it. Look at it. Look, apparently the game is just you trying to romance a dinosaur with double D's. And that's it. For science, of course, I'm sure. It's 20% off on Steam, and those sure are some screenshots. Right, yeah. It seems like quite a ride. Sucker for Love also looks like quite a ride, but this one in particular looks like one very how do I put this, gnarly one. Yeah. It looks quite gnarly. But yeah. Be completely honest with me, my degenerates. Would you all be interested in us researching that on stream? Because I most definitely. Yeah. I mean, I already bought it, so either way I'm going to play it at some point. But yeah. There, yeah. What do you call it? But yeah, those recently caught my attention. I do not think in this game would be something funny or interesting. Really? Are you sure? maybe at least a little bit tantalizing, a little bit. Maybe something a little bit fascinating to look at least. I want to watch Doki Doki Literature Club. Oh, Doki Doki Literature Club. I never actually played Doki Doki Literature Club, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. I wouldn't be opposed to it. um, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Well, also, wait. Also, I just bought the game. I blame you. I mean, I didn't ask you to go buy it. But I mean, if you want to go do some solo researching, I completely understand. If you want to go on a bit of solo researching, I understand that sentiment. Yeah, but that's one of the things that I wanted to talk to you all about. That was one thing. There's also there's also a couple other things that I wanted to mention. Not really as shilly. Well, I mean, I guess you could say it's silly, but it's definitely not as silly as that. The things that we were talking about. It's definitely not. It's definitely not as It's definitely arguably not as silly as Dinosaur with Double D's or Sucker for Love, but it's something else that I kind of wanted to talk to you all about, because I've been kind of thinking about it. Hi Professor. Hi Pancakey. I think that's how you say your name, Pancakey. Yeah. I've kind of been thinking of two things. I've kind of been thinking about starting a how do I put it? I'm a little embarrassed to say it, but even though it's nothing wrong necessarily, but I've kind of been thinking of starting maybe I'm getting embarrassed. I'm getting a little embarrassed. Starting a Patreon, right? All of you have heard of that, right? I've been thinking of starting one, I've been thinking of starting a Patreon a little bit. It's not a for certain thing. And if I do it, I'm not sure when, but I've definitely been thinking about it. And kind of thinking of what I would even offer for Patreon, because it's all what you call it? It's all tiers and stuff like that. It's basically like YouTube memberships, but not on YouTube. And sure doesn't hurt to start one. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that, because I was kind of thinking, well, because I don't want any of you to feel obligated to, but it's there, I don't want any of you to feel obligated to, but if I had one, at least it's there for those that want to, and I was thinking about the different rewards to kind of give, and I was kind of thinking of doing something like oh, my mind is running blank. What is it? Well, one reward I had in mind was like, maybe I could put their names up. Maybe I could put the names of whatever this tier in like the end of a video, because my outros and my videos are kind of the same all the time. It's just kind of Menhera-chan dancing to the beat that I've been using since the start, and so I thought, why don't I just put their names on there, of so and so tier, why don't I do thigh pics for one of the later tiers, just for research purposes and for science, of course, but and then another thing I was also thinking about lately, and it's not a for sure thing. I've just been thinking about it. It's been, as I said, these things have been festering in my head as of recently. I've been thinking about starting a Discord server. Yeah, which is scary. It's very scary. Starting a Discord server scares me, but at the same time, I realize that everybody has a Discord server. Most VTubers, if not all, and even just people that make content in general have Discord servers. And so I thought, I mean, I could. I just never thought to. And like I said, it kind of scares me a little bit, but I mean, you know, I could. I could. Not mainly because of the community aspect, because I do kind of see the whole community aspect of it, and it seems very nice. I do value all of you degenerates, and I'd like to think that we're a community, our own little deranged, very questionable community, but we are our community to an extent. Yeah, I've just been kind of thinking about that, but I haven't really researched how to start one yet. But again, I've kind of just been. These are just thoughts, not a for sure thing, but they're just thoughts that I've been thinking. Yeah, and well, because I do realize that having the whole Discord server thing can also be pretty useful in the grand scheme of in general and I do, and I mean what and yeah, kind of just been thinking about that. Makes me nervous, but I'll consider it a little bit more. What else? Thinking is dangerous. I know, right? I'm risking my life every single day. I think because I think way too much. Wait. You deserve to be well supported, and I need to not get too pro-social about it. Yeah, I mean, I try and I kind of, again with the Patreon thing, it's like, I don't want any of you to feel obligated to, but for those who want to, it's there, and it's kind of so, yeah, it's but thank you though. Thank you though. First, thank you though for the kind words. But what you call it? I'll still keep thinking about it a little longer, and if it does end up happening, I'll announce it in multiple places. What is it? What was I going to talk about next? Oh yeah. I want to see how far you go. Me too. I also kind of would like to see. Don't we all, right? But don't we all want to know what our future holds? But it's a very uncertain thing. I kind of do I kind of do feel that I've grown a lot from how this channel started, though. And you know, and I feel pretty proud about that. I feel pretty proud about that. I started making videos on I started making videos because I just had too many questions and I felt I was going to explode, and so I just started making them. And actually, fun fact, my very first videos, I think the first 30 videos I ever made, maybe 40, I'm not sure. If you want to know, it's like the first video all the way to like the one where I kind of talk about the birth of monster women. It's one of my longest ones. From that point to that point, I made all my videos on an iPad, on iMovie. I made my first videos on iMovie because I thought it works. It works, and I didn't know anything about making videos at the start, obviously. And look at me now. I've now become one with the 2D. I'm sure past me would be very proud. Mine holds pain and suffering. Are you talking about the thinking? Wait. Am I wait. Is stream delayed? Hang on a second. Because that was a while back. Is stream delayed? Let me see. No, I don't think so. Boss caught me, I gotta go. Bye, Professor. Bye, Pancakey. Bye. I'm assuming you're at work, as they say. So have fun at work. Have fun at work. Bye. But I'm just joking. Okay. No, you're fine. For a second I was confused because I thought the stream was like that delayed. That your message was like barely registering. But what was I going on about? Oh yeah, yes. But yeah, I feel pretty proud of how far I've come so far, and who knows what awaits us in the future. Who knows what awaits us in the future? For all we know, who knows? Maybe sometime into the future, there will be more degenerates than I could have ever imagined. Yeah. I still You know what's actually this is a good time to segue into the next thing. You know what's one thing I've kind of been thinking about recently, as well. Now you see, now that I'm a VTuber and stuff, now that I've become one with the 2D, you know, something that VTubers tend to have are like, how do I put it? They have like mascots to represent, you know, their community and audience and what have you, the people that are with them and stuff like that. And I've kind of been thinking, for fun really, but I've kind of been thinking, if I actually made my degenerates represented by something, what would I do? And I've kind of came up with a rough sketch, actually. I kind of came up with a rough sketch for a Dearest Degenerates mascot design, kind of, somewhat in MS Paint, but still. For fun I did it because, you know, coming up with character design is fun. Character design is very fun. And coming up with things, designing things is very fun. I could show you all if you want. I could show you all the Microsoft Paint sketch of you guys that I made. Because I was just kind of thinking, if I made my degenerates as if I made my degenerates into like a mascot to represent them, what would it be? And I just kind of loaded up MS Paint and did that. And honestly, it looks pretty cute. I'm not going to lie. It looks very cute. Does it represent all of you and me? I'm not sure, but it looks very cute. What? The future is a strange place. Who knows what might change and grow? Yeah, but yeah. But yeah, I can actually But what was I going on about? Oh yeah, the whole mascot thing. Yeah, the whole mascot thing. I can show all of you if you'd like. Again, regarding delay, I'm seeing about 15 seconds between typing and it popping up on screen, which is faster than my brain is moving today. Huh. It's probably not good, I guess. I suppose that's probably not good. I'm gonna need to figure out how to fix that, or at least figure out how to prevent that in the future. I think I've been here since the chest floaties vid. Well, which one? Which one, actually? Which one are you talking about? Because I've made a lot of videos about chest and chests. I've made one about flat chests. I made one about using chests as pockets, and I've made one about aerodynamics and hydrodynamics. And then I think I made one also oh yeah, no, I made one about being suffocated by chests as well. So there's a lot of chest videos that I've made. So that honestly, I'm gonna need you to be a tiny bit more specific, because there's a lot. Flat is justice. I mean, as a researcher, I like all chess. I like all chess. No matter the size, chests are pretty enticing. Chests are pretty enticing. Chests are pretty enticing. No matter the size. Opie is truth. Flat is justice. Medium is premium. I like them all. Although, if I had to pick, I probably would say medium is premium, just because it's a nice medium, a nice midpoint, I guess, between both big and small. Yeah. What is it? Yeah, I've made a lot of videos about chess. I actually think I've made more videos about chess than thighs and any other part, actually. But yeah. There's something else I was going to talk about. What else was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, I like them big. Well, how big? Because see, that could vary a lot. Are we talking about? Are we talking about like? Are we talking about like like giant? Like, are we talking about like giant? Frick? Are we talking about like ridiculous gravity defying one chest? Or like size Z chest? um, yeah, that could vary a lot. There's a lot of forms of beak. um, mascot. I think. Oh yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I keep getting sidetracked. I keep getting sidetracked and distracted. Um, I keep getting sidetracked and distracted. I was going to show you all the little Microsoft Paint mascot attempt at a drawing that I made because again I just thought you know, why don't I try and draw my degenerates as if they were like a cute VTuber mascot, and I did, and honestly it came out really cute, and I'd love to show you. If only I could find it. Where did I put that? Where did I put it? Where did I put that? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Oh. Yeah. Here it is. It's a it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. This is about a this is a I need to lower myself down. That is about the most I kind of came up with. But to be fair, it's very cute, you know. Imagine you being like just like these little imagine like actually, well, first off, you might be wondering what those are. Those are hats. That's a top hat. That's a top hat, and that one over there on the far right is a bowler hat. Very outdated forms of hats, but they're hats. And you degenerates are those little you see those little dots right there in like the dark crevice underneath the hats? That's you guys. That's you guys. Imagine basically being so like imagine you guys just existing in like a hat. I don't know. I thought the idea was very cute. And I don't know if you can imagine it. I don't know if you could see it, but the one with the top hat has a monocle. And the one on the right has kind of like those really old glasses that are outdated, that used to pinch your nose to stay on. Yeah, that. I don't know. I tried, but to be fair, I kind of do like how it came out. Somewhat. it's still a work in progress, but so far, I like the idea. I like the idea of like a small, of like just. I like the idea of a mascot that you can't even really see them. Like they're that mysterious that you can't see them. They're just in a hat. I don't know. I think it's very cute. Just a little guy in a hat. Yeah, imagine. Don't you guys just want to be little guys? Don't you guys just want to be in a hat? Don't you want to just be cute and in a hat? Yeah. Fun fact, I actually was thinking of having a hat at some point, but then I wanted an okay, too much to actually have a hat. But so in the end, I never ended up having a hat. But yeah, I think I think it's very cute. I think it's very cute. To represent my degenerates, I think it's very cute. Not only that, but talk about clashy. Top hats and bowler hats. Bowler hats. Quite classy, if I might be so bold as to say. But yeah. Wait, is that why they're called that? I could be. It could be a lot of different hats. I mean, true, fair. Actually, that's a good point. Actually, yeah. Actually, you know. Now that I think about it, see, I used a top hat and a bowler hat because I think those are very classy types of hats, and I like them. But to be fair, honestly, it'll be any kind of hat, you know. Realistically, all you have to do is just get a hat, and then those small, tiny little dots in the little crevice of darkness that's below the hat is just you, and then maybe add the monocle or the little pinched nose glasses, and there you go. And there you go. Yeah. Wait, is that why they're called that? Literally means pinched nose. Huh. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Trucker hat? That actually could be pretty cute, actually. Could be pretty cute. Actually, you came up with a very good idea. You made a very good point. Because think of the variety. There's a lot of hats. Think of the variety. Actually, that's a good point. I'm definitely going to keep that in mind. But yeah. The what else was I going to tell? What else? What else? I was going to say something else, and I kind of have a bad habit of. I kind of have a bad habit of, as you have seen, I have a bad habit of getting sidetracked and distracted. Oh yeah. Speaking of art, did you all? Well, I'm assuming all of you did, considering the fact that I used it for the thumbnail. But did you guys all see that very cute art that I made a community post about and posted on Twitter? I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was a skeb. So she had so it was a skeb. So Sugar Pink had creative freedom, but she did a great job. She actually she didn't give me eye bags, and so it actually, I find this funny, she didn't give me eye bags, so it actually looked like I actually have like a normal sleep schedule. She actually drew me like if I actually get enough sleep. Which I'm not complaining, and I'm not complaining. But it's a little funny. By the way, I don't think I've ever said, but very cute. Very cute, right? Right. The art was very cute. The art was very cute. And actually, actually, before I get any more sidetracked, I don't think I've ever mentioned it. I'm a little embarrassed again to say. But if any, you don't have to. You don't have to, but if anybody wants to draw fan art, that you're more than welcome to. You're more than welcome to. You're more than welcome to. I will appreciate it forever. Anyway, but yeah. Wait. A trucker hat sang my mat. Wait, wait a second. Has the chat on screen frozen? Wait, to try. I feel like the chat. I feel like you guys on the screen have frozen. Oh no. Screen chat is frozen, I think. Screen chat is frozen. No. Yeah, I think so too, because you guys have said more things and it just hasn't popped up, so I guess it froze. And I don't know how to fix that. I'm gonna need to research that after to prevent that from happening in the future. I draw as good as you. Wow. That's saying something. That's saying something because as I have shown, I'm not very good at all, really. I'm not very good at all, really. You know, I don't know what's worse. My math skills or my drawing skills. Probably my math skills. Who am I kidding? My math skills, probably. My math skills are atrocious. You don't understand. My math skills are deplorable. 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 I never could understand the maths. Maybe it's a problem with the bot. Could be. Could be, but again, I don't know how to fix it. I'm gonna have to figure that out after stream. What was I going on about? Oh yes. Maths. I'm very bad at maths. Maths have never made any sense to me. Unlike science and research, maths just never really stuck with me, really. And mainly because what's one thing that kind of really did not help me. Well, what's one thing that kind of is to blame for the fact that I just can't understand math that well. It's that I always had the problem of that I always wanted to know why. And see, the problem with math is that it's not really a question of why, it's more of just do, kind of. And so I kind of always just kind of thought that, and so I kind of just, like, I would always wonder why, find the square root of a triangle. Okay, why? or what's 3 times parentheses 3 minus 6 parentheses times 5. I mean, well, actually that one I probably could solve, but still, it's just why, why? It's like, why do I need to find the radius of a pizza? why do I need to actually analyze the radius of a pizza? What's 1 plus 1? Two. Last I checked. I could be wrong. I could be wrong because actually that's another thing. One of the reasons why I was always bad at math is because there was always like, see here's how my mind works. See, I kind of there's kind of math is kind of one of those things where it's very formulaic, and I tend to free think, I guess, too much, and so I'll kind of come up with something and it makes sense to me, but it doesn't make sense in the grand scheme of things. Math only clicks when I get the why. Yeah, some teachers were terrible with that. Yeah. I mean, I do know some math, somewhat. I know how to round and things like that, but anything else like calculus or algebra, there was like a point where I vaguely got it, but it kind of disappeared. not going to lie though, it kind of in those advanced, and well, I don't even know if that's considered advanced, but in those years, it kind of solving math kind of felt like this. Recently I kind of thought, about how my brain processes math, and it's basically kind of like this. Like a problem will say something like, "Oh, what's the square root of 7?" And then I'll ask, "Well, what's the square root?" And then it's like, "Oh, square root is the." I know this information isn't right, by the way, but it feels like this. It's like, "Oh, what's a square root?" Oh, the square root is the hypotenuse of the lowest decimal. And it's like, okay, what's a hypotenuse? A hypotenuse is the variable of the seventh in a quotient. And it's like, okay, what's a quotient? A quotient is like this, and it just keeps going on and on. It just keeps going on and on. Maths are one of my math and me are, one could say, mortal enemies. Anyway, I could only get long division after I stared at it for a minute or two. Well, you got farther than I did, so congratulations. Congratulations. It's way more than I could do. It's way more than I could do. But yeah. You know, it kind of makes sense. Well, actually, this might not come as a surprise, but do you know how I'm bad at math, as we've discussed for the past couple minutes? Where I failed in math, I excelled in writing and literature. I excelled in writing and literature. Now, so, and I mean, I say, as you probably could tell, because I get it a lot that I use a lot of big words. It turns out, I actually found out the other day that one of the words that I use is outdated by today's modern terms. It's considered an extinct term or something like that. Or something like that. But yeah, I sucked at history. Really? History? I mean, I was somewhat competent in history. I mean, history is just kind of just kind of history is just kind of different things that you have to different things that you have to memorize. And I mean, some good portion of it is interesting, so it's not that difficult. But I mean, I can understand why at the same time someone would have trouble with history. I love the way you English. Yeah. Thank you. Well, more. A lot of people say that I use big words, and that I talk funny, or some people say that I kind of just like one of my friends once said that I just kind of one of my friends said that I speak like my own thing sometimes because of the way that I speak, which I can't say that I blame them for thinking that. Yeah, but yeah. I wrote a mean essay when I was still in school. I wrote quite a formidable essay when I was in school. But yeah. I want to say really quick that I hope or not I hope. I'm sorry if this ends up being a short stream. It's because as I said in the beginning, I forgot to charge my VTubing, the phone that I use for VTubing things, and it's kind of getting close to dying. So if this ends up being a short stream, that's why. Yeah. But overall, no, I've been enjoying my time with all of you. I definitely have a lot of things to think about now. All of you have given me some absolutely great ideas, like the hat, the varying hats on the mascot things. That was a good idea. That was a good idea that I hadn't considered. Wait. I used to get compliments on my writing, now I get accused of being AI. I should write more anyway. Trying to comprehend why somebody would think that. Unless it's like I guess if you write really proper and they think that they think that humans can't write like that, then I guess, but I guess, but at the same time, unfortunately, it's unfortunate, but it's quite unfortunate, but there are a lot of people use AI to write things. And a lot of people use AI to write things, and it's quite unfortunate, yeah, because they're losing that skill, one could say. What is it? What do you call it? Is there anything else I was going to talk about? I don't think so, actually. I think that's about everything. What was that? Anyway, what is it? Oh, by the way, a new video is gonna come out at some point. Some point early this week. I hope. Unless something absolutely has me busy, a video will come out sometime early this week, hopefully. Hopefully. um and what other games do you play? Well, well, currently I kind of what games am I playing right now? Currently, oh, well, actually, currently I'm playing see, a majority of the games that I play are with my friends and that, because they play video games way more than I do. So if anything, what I play is what they play. I've kind of been playing a lot of what is it? What do you call it? Oh, what's the name of that game? Grounded. There's that. I've been Grounded, which Grounded has a very neat, it's a very neat concept. It's a very good game. It is a very good game. And but by myself, I've been playing. I've been playing Mystia's Izakaya. I think that's what it's called. Touhou Mystia's Izakaya. Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, that's what it's called. Mainly because I've kind of have as of recently, I've kind of with my games I've really wanted to play cooking games for whatever reason. But yeah, there's that. Is that the one where you're tiny? Yeah, it's the one where Grounded. Yeah, it's the one where you're. It's the one that gave a lot of people arachnophobia because the spiders are very detailed and huge compared to you. But so many people got scared that the game developers actually ended up having a sensor slider so you can censor how detailed the spiders are, and that's the only reason why I can play it. That's the only reason why I can play it. Although if you're afraid of insects, be warned that spiders are the only ones that you can blur. I'm very surprised I'm not scared by the other insects in that game, but yeah. Except for stink bugs. Stink bugs scare me in that game. I can't fight them. I run away. I have to run away and my friends have to deal with it. But yeah. Actually, I feel like I play a lot more. To answer your question, I feel like I play a lot more, but for some reason my mind is drawing a blank right now. Yeah, my mind is drawing a blank right now. But yeah. My VTubing phone's about to die soon. I think that's about it, really, that I had to talk about. Although there's also I kind of have also been as of recently also kind of been wait, are you on Blue Sky or just Twitter? I only check Twitter like once a week. I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm only on Twitter. I was thinking of making a Blue Sky, but then I kind of didn't because then I kind of didn't because it kind of almost seemed like it died somewhat. Like nobody, like people moved to Blue Sky, but then they kind of went back to Twitter because there's more people on Twitter, I guess. And I kind of, and when I saw that, I was just like, oh well, I guess I won't make a blue sky. I guess. I mean, I definitely could though. I play almost any type of game, casual, action, and puzzle. The only game I don't is push block games. Push block games. Are you talking about games like Cube, or like puzzle games where it's shapes like Cube, like that one game, or like what's the name? What's the like Portal? Portal's all puzzles and shapes, right? Like that, like that kind of game. I mean, I don't know what happened, but I used to be excellent at those games, and then I don't know what happened. I tried to play Cube and I got stuck. But wait. Oh. Okay, never mind. I still have a little bit of time before my streaming phone decides to go blank. like Baba is you, or Patrick's Paradox. Patrick's Paradox. I don't think I've ever heard of that game. It reminds me of Stanley Parable, but I don't think I've ever heard of that game. Isle of Sea and Sky was good for a Sakoban. I still got stuck though. Isle of Sea and Sky? I feel my gamer reputation is diminishing. Because I've never heard of Isle of Sea. Wait, Isles of Sea. I've never heard of Isles of Sea, but I mean, I don't know why. I see Isles of Sea and I'm thinking of Sea of Thieves, which I never played, but it's reminding me of that. What is it? Oh yeah, that's why they're called Sakoban. Wait, Sokoban? VTubers all seem to be on Twitter, but all the artists I follow have moved to Blue Sky. Different communities do things differently. It's understandable. I mean, that makes sense. Although there's still plenty of artists on Twitter, I think. Unless they're doing both Blue Sky and Twitter, which that is a thing you could do. But you're right about most VTubers being on Twitter, and it's mainly, I think, because of the fact that there's more people on Twitter and stuff, and things of that nature. And also because there's more VTubers in general on Twitter, so yeah. What about Forklift Simulator? You know, I actually saw a forklift racing simulator one time, where you literally race in a circle with forklifts. Imagine stock forklift racing where you're just going in a circle with forklifts. And it's just, I mean, I guess it was crazy enough to work because someone actually made it. But most, I've kind of, wait a minute. I did play a game recently. What was it called? It was called, now that I think about it, oh yeah, it was, recently I did play a game, technically, and I enjoyed it. It was a very short one. It was only about an hour. No, like an hour and a half, I think. Maybe. But it was very cheap. It cost $1. I think it was I think it was literally just called Fishing Trip or Gone Fishing or something like that, or Gone Fishing Trip or something like that. It was a fishing horror game themed to like the Game Boy. So like a Game Boy style fishing horror game. Yeah. Which that's one thing to know about me is I am somewhat of a sucker, one could say, for more retro games or more retro styled games. That's one thing. I like one of my favorite games also technically was Shovel Knight. I like the Shovel Knight series a lot actually. And I actually beat it actually. I was pretty proud of myself when I did that all those years ago. But yeah, I'm currently playing Power World and Fractal Block World. I've heard of Power World. I've never heard of Fractal Block World. Oh, actually, wait a minute. I think I might have. Because it's now starting to actually set off something in my brain. Actually, speaking of Power World, I actually, what's that other game that kind of is not related to Power World, but they kind of did like a little thing with Power World, where Cult of the Lamb, that's what it was called. Cult of the Lamb, yeah. Or I remember Cult of the Lamb released a certain update and Power World followed suit, saying that they would if they reached a specific like goal, and they did. Yeah, I have no idea what it looks like, but apparently they actually did. Craftopia. I've heard of Craftopia, but I've never actually played Craftopia. Oh. Okay. Okay. Now my phone is actually starting to die. No wait. And I only have a few minutes left probably. Before I get sucked back into the void. but you know, wait, Terraria. You know, I actually tried Terraria, but I got overwhelmed by the amount of things there were. And then I couldn't, and by the amount of things that there were, I would be willing to try it again though, because it's been a while. It's been like about a year since I've tried to actually play Terraria. There's just so much to it, both above ground and below ground. But yeah. Wait. Terraria and Power World are doing a crossover, yeah? Really? They're doing a crossover? Would have never actually thought of that. I'm gonna have to ask some people, or look it up myself, but I've never heard of that being a thing, or even plans of it being a thing, but I'm quite interested to see what they do exactly. Alright, good stream. Good stream. Well, thank you. But I feel a little bad because it's kind of a short stream, and it's a short stream mainly because I didn't charge the phone as soon as I got up this morning, and before I knew it, I only had an hour left before stream, so I was like, oh no. So yeah, that's on me. That's on me, but even then, it was a good time, I think. We got to talk about a lot of things. And as always, I enjoy my time with all of you. enjoy the streams where I charge your phone next time, silly. I will. I will leave a. I will leave a. I will leave a. I will. It won't happen again. I assure you. I assure you. I won't let it. But thank you. But yeah, video coming out sometime, hopefully early this week. Hopefully. And it's actually about something that I haven't talked about in a while. Like a very good while. And like a very good while. But yeah. Bye my dearest degenerates. Bye. I'll catch you in the next stream. In the next video. I'll catch you in something. I as they say. I will see all of you in some other way. In some other stream or video. I guess. I'm overthinking this outro. But yeah, bye everybody.